Siera Santos with you on a very busy Friday night. This is In the Loop presented by GMC. Zach LaVine signs an offer sheet with the Kings, but will the Bulls match? Vincent Goodwill and Kendall Gill fill us in. Plus, updates on Yu Darvish and Chris Bryant. But first, it's time to go no huddle. The Cubs' 6-game win streak is snapped after losing to the Reds in their series opener at Wrigley. Mike Montgomery took the loss after giving up 3 runs in 5 innings of work. 3-2 is your final. Sox facing the Astros on Friday night. This one was close until the bottom of the 8th. The Astros scored 7 runs, capped off an Evan Gattis 3-run blast. White Sox fall 11-4. We'll have more from this game later. And things just got interesting for the Bulls front office. Restricted free agent Zach LaVine signed a 4-year, $78 million offer sheet with the Sacramento Kings, according to reports. But just a short time later, multiple reports say the Bulls have decided to match the deal.
I didn't think he was going to get there, Neil. I didn't know it was in the pen.
We welcome in our Bulls insider, Vincent Goodwill. All right, Vinny, let's start with the obvious question. Did the Bulls make the right decision by matching the Kings offer?
I mean, clearly, like, what, an hour later, if that? Like They
didn't let it marinate.
No. So they literally had a number that they thought, you know what, we're not going to match. But we're not going to offer that number either. So they just waited for all this consternation. They waited for maybe all these potentially hurt feelings that they're going to have to put a Band-Aid on. And we're not even sure that they can actually put a Band-Aid on just to get to this point. So maybe it's a gesture of goodwill, so to speak, pardon the pun. Or maybe they should have done this yesterday.
So why didn't they do it yesterday?
You're asking me about the Bulls' motives on why they do things the hard way when they can do things the easy way? Unfortunately, we don't have that kind of time, and this is not a couch, and I am not Dr. Phil.
Well, we could get a couch for you, but we'll save that for the next time. All right, so did he want the Bulls to match? Do you think, in your opinion, that he did? Because just because he signs an offer sheet, that doesn't really mean anything for a restricted free agent. It doesn't necessarily mean he wanted to go pack up his bags and move to Sacramento.
Yeah, nobody wants to move to Sacramento like to their own will. Like, let's be completely honest here. I mean, look at it this way. There was a $10 million gap in the beginning from Zach's offer and the Bulls' offer. Basically 80 plus to a little over 70. And then Zach said, okay, let's meet in the middle at 75, which is a gesture of saying, hey, I really want to be here. And the Bulls still turned it down. So he said, as a last resort, Siera, you have dated a dude.
I've dated a dude.
You've dated a dude.
I have.
And you've threatened, to leave. Like, I'm going to leave now. I promise you. If you don't get your act together, I'm going to leave. And you walk to the door, walk to the door, walk to the door. You open the door, you hear those keys are jingling. All right, baby, I got you. I'm serious. I'm going to do right. I'm going to act right now. That's what the Bulls did. They did the baby, please, baby, please, baby, please.
All right, so I know that when that happens with me, there's always hard feelings when I'm about to walk out the door. However, do you think there's going to be any hard feelings between LaVine's camp and the Bulls, or is this just business?
It's just business, yes, but there are some things that have come out through this negotiation and through the end of the season that are going to have to be smoothed over, through time. Money doesn't always cure everything. Don't get me wrong. Zach's going to be a happy man when he's cashing that check on the 1st and 15th. But there's a lot of things that need to happen for this to be a successful relationship and not just one where Zach feels like the only reason that he got the money that he got was because somebody else wanted to offer them the same thing.
Okay, so I already asked you why the Bulls didn't come out with this type of offer day one. But do you think they made a mistake by not offering LaVine this deal before? Why let another team dictate the terms of the deal?
I completely agree. I agree with the thought of being proactive. I agree with the thought of, hey, let's not make a problem where there is none. But the Bulls tend to behave like this in terms of restricted free agency. Unless you are a bona fide max player, or Chris Felicio, then, it's going to go through the process. Look, I'm not trying to be funny. I am just giving you evidence. Look, Derrick Rose received the Supermax, right?
Right.
Okay. Jimmy Butler wanted 48. The Bulls offered 44. Jimmy Butler wound up with 90. See how things can be, a little more difficult than they need to be. Now, don't get me wrong. When the press conference comes, everybody's going to be happy and shaking hands and all this other type of stuff. But you know that there's something lingering beneath the surface that's a little more than just business, and sometimes business can't get in the way of relationship. And I wonder if that's going to cost the Bulls at some point down the line.
Okay, so when it's all said and done, this will make LaVine the team's highest paid player. So does he need to become the focal point of Fred Hoiberg's offense? Because, okay, if I'm the Bulls, I want the face of my franchise to be putting up mega numbers every single night.
Well, from what I hear, you're the highest paid employee here at the station, and you're the focal point of everything we do here.
I don't know where you're getting your information from. You've got bad sources, my friend. You got some bad information.
But, yes, he should be a focal point of the offense. I mean, he's someone, money aside, his skill set should determine that he should get a lion's share of a lot of the offense run through him. Larry Markkinen is coming, and he's a unique talent that's going to grow in his second year. Nobody's taking anything away from that. But I think you can use a lot of Zach and Lowry together to get easier shots for each other. And there's not this treasure trove of talent like there is in Golden State, where you got to wonder who's going to be the fifth option.
Right.
Your fifth option here might be Denzel Valentine. And Golden State is DeMarcus Cousins. There should be enough shots to go around for all of the talent, whatever talent there is, on this roster.
All right, big picture now.
Oh.
LeBron's gone to the West. The top of the East is strong with Boston and Philly. But is there room, maybe a tiny little window that's got a little crack in it, where you can see the Bulls as a 7 or 8 seed in the playoffs next season? You
said LeBron left, right? That's like Halle Berry getting a divorce or Nia Long getting a divorce and asking me, hey, they're single now. Do you have a chance? No, I don't have a chance. No, the Bulls don't have a chance. Well, they shouldn't unless something miraculous happens this year. If Larry Markkinen turns into Dirk Nowitzki circa 2007 and Zach LaVine turns into the best shooting guard in the league, yes. But I still think next season, in all seriousness, is another developmental year for this franchise. You're still not sure about your point guard, if he's going to be a top-level point guard, if he's your point guard of the future. Zach LaVine has to come out and earn and make this contract, make him look like he's an underpaid value at this contract. Larry Markkinen has to take another step. There's still way too many questions for me, despite how bad people make the Eastern Conference out to be, to say, yes, this Bulls team is going to be ready for the playoffs. LeBron leaving a stand don't have anything to do with the price of tea in China in Chicago.
All right, but Vinny, Holly's a friend of mine. She watches this show.
Okay.
So is there anything you want to say to her right now?
Nah, she got my number.
Vincent Goodwill, thanks for the time.
Always.
She's already got his number. Okay. He's such a bad liar. He's such a bad liar. All right, so that was Vincent Goodwill's take. Kendall Gill played 15 years in the NBA. He was no stranger to free agency. He went through a similar negotiation early in his career with the Charlotte Hornets. So he has a unique perspective on the LaVine situation.
Sometimes both sides can play with fire and then they get burned. I think that's what happened with.
Do you want more of Vinny and Kendall? And I mean, really, who doesn't? Our latest Bulls Talk podcast is now out. Kendall explains why he thinks that LaVine is a future All-Star. Going to baseball now. Before the Cubs matinee with the Reds, Chris Bryant got back into the cage to test out his sore left shoulder. This was Bryant's second time taking batting practice this week. Now, he's been out since June 22nd and was eligible to return from the disabled list on Tuesday. Before the injury, Bryant was batting .280 with 9 homers, 36 RBI in 66 games this season. The two-time All-Star is still experiencing pain while swinging.
Maybe just more of a manageable situation to begin with. I think the no discomfort is going to be down the road a bit. So that's something we've been talking through also. How much can he handle?
Anytime you have an injury that you feel on your swing, you have to be smart about it. Sort of getting out there and playing through it. In that case, can only make things worse. So I think he's just been smart about it. He wants to be out there contributing. I think the fact that guys have stepped up and we've won some games has helped make it a little bit easier, but he's a big-time competitor and wants to be out there and is working really hard to get back. Today might be the day you finally see him smile because it was a good day in the cage, but he's not going to be happy till he's back out there playing at big league games.
So the Cubs going for their 7th straight win as they welcome the Cincinnati Reds to town. With the wind blowing in, runs were hard to come by at the friendly confines. The Cubs offense was stagnant much of the afternoon, but their defense wasn't top 2. Short fly ball to right. Jason Hayward coming on, slides, makes the grab. The ball looked like it had a chance to drop, but Jay Hay had other ideas. Top 4. Reds get on the board after Mike Montgomery loaded the bases. It's Adam Duvall at the dish, and he delivers with a base knock to center. Reds draw first blood, added another run in the inning to make it 2-0. 6th inning, more defense from Hayward. Fly ball to the gap and right. Hayward tracking it, makes the diving catch. The Gold Glove winner continues these highlight reel plays in right field. Hayward saved a run with that grab. So let's go to the 8th. Cubs trying to get things cooking. Runners on the corners for Ben Zobrist. Zobrist takes one for a ride to deep center. Billy Hamilton at the track makes the catch. You know, on any other day, that's probably gone. So Zobrist will have to settle for a sac fly. Cubs pull within a run. A few batters later, Wilson Contreras at the dish with 2 aboard. Contreras already with 2 hits, but he doesn't come through this time. Ground ball to second. That ends the threat, so we go to the 9th. Ian Happ on to pinch hit. Happ gets things started with a base knock to right. Could the Cubs find a way to rally from behind once again? Well, it's all up to Hayward with Happ on second and 2 out. Full count. Hayward sends one to left, but Duvall is there to make the catch, and that's the ball game. Cubs fall 3-2, and their 6-game win streak is snapped. Here's Joe Madden after the game. All right, for those who expected the White Sox to go to Houston and get, for lack of better words, stomped, it was quite the opposite on Thursday night as Carlos Rodon went toe-to-toe with Justin Verlander. Now, thanks to the 9th inning heroics of Yuli Gurriel, the Southsiders did fall just short. But once again, they would try to prove they could hang with the world champs tonight. Welcome back to In the Loop. After nearly 2 decades in San Antonio, Tony Parker's Spurs career has come to an end. The free agent guard agreed to a 2-year, $10 million deal with the Charlotte Hornets. Head coach Greg Popovich put out a statement wishing the best to the 36-year-old veteran, saying in part that the franchise is, quote, grateful to Tony for 17 years of truly amazing memories. Another player without quite the same tenure or circumstances is also saying goodbye. Carmelo Anthony and the Thunder are set to part ways, according to reports. Melo opted into his $28 million contract for the next season, and OKC will look for a trade partner and a move that will save them over $100 million. Thanks for watching In the Loop, presented by GMC. Have a great weekend, everyone. And if you see our own Bill Melton walking the streets of Chicago, buy him a piece of cake or a stiff drink. It's his birthday. Have a great night, everyone.